New Zealand law gives working mothers and their partners the right to paid leave after suffering a miscarriage or stillbirth. New Zealand is now the second such country with this law after India drew via a lottery system in the parliament in 2018. This bill garnered positive response from across the globe. The law gives employees 3 days leave when a pregnancy ends with a stillbirth. The bill was first initiated by Labour Party MP Ginny Andersen. WION spoke to her on what compelled her to initiate this bill and what it means for the entire country. Listen in to this WION exclusive.
The reason it came to me first was a member of the public. So a member of the public who'd had a miscarriage and was unable to access bereavement leave felt that this was unfair. And she approached her local member of parliament, who wasn't me, it was another member. But in turn, the idea came to me and I drafted the bill and I worked with and when I spoke about the bill, there was a lot of support, and that's grown over time, which has culminated in the huge response I've received internationally from having this legislation passed. So I guess it definitely had a snowball effect. There was a need there, and the response has been huge.
1 in 4 New Zealand women have had a miscarriage. This makes the bill extremely important for the nation. Andersen believes that this will help in further destigmatizing miscarriages.
There's still some of those sort of taboos or the idea that you don't talk about those sorts of things. And my upbringing and my life is always, I guess I always view them as they're part of life. They're just part of life. So there's no reason to be embarrassed or ashamed about women and their bodies and what our bodies do. I think it's just the way things are. And so I think this was a good example. When you think about, I don't know how it works in India, but in New Zealand, at least, when you're first pregnant, you don't tell anybody that you're going to have a baby until you're at that 3-month mark, that 12 weeks, because it's that first trimester that you're most likely to miscarry. And so it's a sort of unspoken rule amongst women that if you do miscarry, then you don't have to tell anybody about it. And so when you think about how ingrained that is in society, you start to see that, you know, there's a long background of women not being able to talk about things that affect them and affect their work, affect their families, affect their daily lives. So I think this bill, while it's great to change the law, it's also enabled women to speak about something that affects them. And I think that's a bit of the reason why there's been such a massive response internationally.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.